Hello. Hi, guys. Yes, I know I'm live. Doesn't tell me when other people are live. But it did last night for Paid to Drive. I was really happy to see that. I actually saw the notification. And I was like, oh, but I was in the middle of something and I joined in later on. Guys, boo! I know I'm very focused online and a lot of opportunity. I'm creating a lot of opportunity. But I really thought this would be like the last hurrah for me. And I went out this morning and I pushed it. I got like 5 orders and then it died. It's too nice still. And a lot of people are doing a lot with this 3-day weekends. I happen to feel, this is the last blast for families because now everyone's going to be on a nice steady schedule. I'm so looking forward to that. So looking forward to everyone being on a schedule. I know Columbus Day is tomorrow. That's why I really thought, hey, how are you? That's why, Don, hello. That's why I really thought, it would be a lot better. It was too nice. If it was a rainy weekend, I would have made bank today. So I ended up taking a 2-hour nap after I did work online, and they're all just going into each other that it was just meant to be. So I shut off the apps for a little while. I could have made money, but they wanted me to stay out in Massapequa Park, and that means Amityville, and that means Lindenhurst, and I'm just not in the mood to drive more miles just to make the same money. I'd rather come back here. Uber usually kicks in about 8 or 9 o'clock, do a few deliveries and go home. Thank God I went out and made a few dollars this morning, and then it just stopped. Grubhub wanted me to work for free. They wanted to send me, they go to extremes in the past month. Ever since Daisy and her husband told me their region was expanded, they've expected me to go to Queens. Today they wanted me to go to Queens for $10, a pickup, and then Queens with traffic. And who knows what kind of traffic I would have had. You know what I mean? And now the other extreme, I went to the diner. It was 8 and change, so I went. And I dropped off in Massapequa, no traffic. And 3 more orders in a row. Massapequa Park, Massapequa Park, No. That's a lot more driving. They need me out there, they got to pay me more money. I'll learn my lesson. Just finished 10-hour shift Uber Eats and Instacart. How'd you do? Instacart. Uber Eats and Instacart. I will tell you that anyone I met, I passed out those cards. I'm up to 90 for the Get Upside app. I'm up to 97 direct referrals. 45 indirect. Unbelievable. If I have to be out, I'm pushing that along. I'm taking this as all signs. It's time to make a change, guys. And I'm working on it. But I'm really happy the September's over. The kickoff of school, the Jewish holidays, the 3-day Columbus weekend. I want to have normalcy for a little while. I did work last night, and Uber Eats kept me real close to home. And because of tips, I hit 100. But I didn't hurt myself. I didn't go out the whole day. In the morning, now since I'm feeling it out, but I'm not coming out tomorrow night. It won't be a regular Monday night. I figured I'll go out about 10 or 11 o'clock for a few hours. That's it. I don't want to expect anything because I really thought I pushed myself this morning and then it just died. And by the time I went home and worked on the computer a few more hours, I took a nap. I was like, I'm just so shot. One extreme to the other. There are a couple of things I want to talk about. I told you about the Get Upside app. I did get the Uber Eats Platinum Cashback Gas Card. Somebody said be careful with the debit card. I will be careful. I did some research today on steps to take to protect the debit card. But it's good to be in the know. If this angers anyone, imagine how I felt. Okay. Let me get this straight. One was yesterday. It was yesterday morning. Third or fourth delivery. I did a few. I think I did 4. And then I called it a day and I went out last night. And I didn't go out until about 7:45 and I worked till 11:30. I made $100. And really close. I didn't drive far at all, but it wasn't slamming. And the last 2 orders gave me, great tips. That's why I made that money. I made that money because of tips. Thank you, customers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I couldn't believe it. I woke up. I was like, wow, I did hit 100 because of tips. Not because of fair wage, fair pay. Nope. Yesterday, it was my last delivery that I headed home, and then Grubhub rang me once and wanted me to work for free, and I said no, and I worked online and did some stuff yesterday. I got to a house, and this happens a lot, and even happened today. Homes are on the corner, and the GPS says one street, but it's really on another, and the house number is on the other side of the house on the other street. I pulled up. It was a side street. I pulled up before, because it was on the corner. And there's a lady in the door with a grandkid. And I just assumed it was her. And I didn't see the house number. I had to go around the house on the other side to look at the house number. When I pulled up, I was like, hi, did you order Uber Eats? And she goes like this. I'm like, okay, maybe she don't understand. I'm like, hola. What did I say? I said, hola. Número casa 182. And she goes, I go, no comprende? No entiende? And she goes, no. How can you not know the house that you live in? So, 3 to 5 minutes after, now I'm walking around and a young woman pulls up, about 35. Guy in the car, a little kid jumps out of the car. She goes, can I help you? I was like, well, I'm looking for this house number. I said, hello, how are you? I'm looking for this guy. It was a guy, he was a tenant in the house. And she goes, she doesn't understand English. I'm like, okay. But they were Spanish. So I did my best to communicate. Finally, she goes, I'll get him for you. I'm like, all right, thank you. Because he wasn't answering. I went to the front of the house on the other side, the real address, and there's the number. I'm like, oh. Ocho, yeah. I said, 182. Numero casa. And I thought that would have been enough. I'm like, no comprende? No entiende? She goes, no. I had like 5 deliveries with Uber Eats today, and then it died. I went out in the morning, so I was really happy. I had a few. It was Rockville Center, Oceanside. So they rang me, and now it's 10:22 in the morning, guys. I was in my car early, and they wanted to send me to Hempstead to pick up from a restaurant, and I know it's a Spanish restaurant in the heart of Hempstead. It was still early. I was like, that's a weird order at 10:22 in the morning. Let me call up the restaurant. So I call up the restaurant, and she answers in Spanish. So I go, hola, I'm an Uber Eats driver. I'm on my way. What did I say? I'm on my way to pick up an order. You're open? She babbled something in Spanish, and I was like, Uber Eats? driver, she hangs up. So I don't want to drive 3.5 miles. I didn't mind doing it. I've been to the restaurant when I'm near the area, but it wasn't 11 o'clock yet. So I called again and I go, hola, Uber Eats driver. What did I say? Anyway, she goes, you want to order steak? Salsa? Now she doesn't hang up. And I did say this is the Uber Eats driver. I was very limited to my words. Are you open? Because now, just because they pick up the phone doesn't mean the kitchen's open. It was a pretty decent order. I was like, nah, they're not making that now. I know they're not. They're not open. So she babbled something, and she did try the second time. And I just said, Buenos dias, gracias. And I hung up because I didn't want to be disrespectful. If you can't communicate with me on a phone, I shouldn't be going to that area to pick up food. So I marked I don't want to do it. I didn't even call or waste my time speaking with Uber. The restaurant's not open yet. I just had a feeling the kitchen is not open. Maybe there's front of house staff there, but that kitchen is not cooking an order of food like that at 10:22 in the morning. I had to say no, and then I drove toward, I was right near the Parkway, and I drove toward like Merrick, Belmore, and I got a handful of orders, and then it died. I said, I'm going to go home. I got things to do. And then I got tired because being in front of the computer constantly is very tiring unless you keep your stamina up, walk. And today I skipped the gym. I took a break. So now I'm in the mood to work because I'm rested, but I'm going to turn on Uber Eats in a few minutes. I don't want to go far. That's just an example, guys. Sometimes it gets really hard. I went to an area that if it is a Spanish restaurant, if they don't speak English, they're not going to make it in the areas. I just went a couple of towns over. But in the middle of Hempstead, now I live in a half Spanish community, and I'm forcing myself to learn some Spanish words so I can communicate and show a little respect for my neighbor. But when you can't even communicate with me on the phone, you got to know a little bit of English. Come on. I mean, that woman said, no, I don't understand. And I spoke her language. I was a little upset about that. And then when the young person pulled up, she gave me an attitude like, well, she doesn't understand. How can I help you? I was like, whoa. I'm going out of my way to be helpful, respectful. That's how you treat me? And I'm doing the best I can with the 25 Spanish words that I know? Oh, man. Not right, guys. That's not right. So this weekend was a bust. I'm hoping to do like 5 deliveries by 10 o'clock or 10:30 Uber Eats right around here and just go home. And then tomorrow I'll go out like late morning till mid-afternoon, and I'm calling it a day. I'm really happy I went out last night. I almost didn't. I was really tired. I didn't want to go out. Now I'm really happy I did because I was in Baldwin, Freeport, a little Uniondale, a little Roosevelt, Merrick, like that little hub. And it was over. It just stopped ringing once it hit 11 o'clock. I didn't get any orders. I was doing one last order when Pay to Drive went live. And that was it. It was done and never rang again. So I thought this weekend would have been great. I was wrong. I was wrong. I'm sorry. I was promoting it. Moneymaker, not when it's beautiful on a 3-day weekend in Long Island, maybe late at night. Not what I thought it was going to be. So I'm grateful I made anything. I have to say I'm grateful I made the money that I did. Okay, I babbled long enough about that. It just really angered me that I tried my best and people gave me an attitude. I was like, what? So yes, I am going to deliver tomorrow. About 10 o'clock, I'm going to go out. I'm not going to rush it. I'm going to go to the gym in the morning and get ready. By 10:30, I should be out and about. And I'm hoping that I'm busy for at least a few hours. That's it. I'm not going to expect anything more than that. And I'm not staying out the whole day. Maybe that last Saturday when I really pushed it and I stayed out late was my last blast. I really thought it was going to be this weekend. I was like, I'll do it one more time. I'll work all day one more time. I think that was it for me, guys. That was a good ending. Yeah, that was a good day. It's also frustrating when these have work. Is that English isn't there? Yes, it is. And I'm not saying it to be mean. I don't care what you are. But when you can't speak the native language of the country, even a little, I mean, she hung up on me. She hung up on me, and I didn't speak like I'm speaking now. When she answered in Spanish, I was like, hello. And I went, hola. I'm an Uber Eats driver. Are you open? I'm coming for food. Are you open? And she was like, como, come again. And I was like, are you open? And she didn't understand me, and she hung up. That's not a solution. She just hung up. And I've been to this place. It's a big place in the middle of Hempstead. If they would have said, yeah, we're making it, I would have went there at that time of day because nobody would have been around. But in the middle of the afternoon, Hempstead, the heart of Hempstead, is very hard to drive around in. It's just hard parking. There's a lot of traffic. It's not worth the aggravation. For me, I choose that. Not worth the aggravation. So then the second time, she did try when I called back, and I was like, oh, the kitchen's not open. I'll go with my gut here. To drive out of your way for 3.5 miles for what? So, yeah, you're right. It's frustrating. Especially when you try on your end. So, that was it. That was very tricky and kind of upsetting. And I got the card, and I really thought I would have had so much to share, and I don't. I really thought I was going to say I had a $300 to $400 day. Not around here. Maybe if I took blocks, but I wasn't taking blocks. And they rang me in the morning. Grubhub was ringing me, and not just to inform me, blocks were open. Grubhub was ringing me at 9 o'clock this morning. So I got my butt motivated and I got out there. Yeah, they wanted me to go to Queens. No, I wasn't going to Queens. Guys, I'm turning on Uber Eats. Hold on. I turned them both on. Hello, Bobby T. Did you work? Did you make a lot of money? I turned them both on. I'm hoping just to get a few, and I'm going home. I'm going to work online and do whatever. I think from now on in, guys, for me, it's going to be a few hours a day and start figuring out where I'm going to be headed. I really thought I had one more. I wanted to go out with a bang, but I guess last week that was my last hurrah. I was mentally pushing myself to do it. And I video texted a friend after no more orders came in. I did like 5 orders, and it was over today. It was over. Like the middle of the afternoon. It was too nice out. So I'm going to rest. I'm tired. And I worked online. I'm going to be very successful. I just keep getting better. Every time I look at it, I understand more. I have so much power online. And maybe it's time for me to really push it with that. And just make a few bucks every day until I get where I need to be. Tomorrow night, I won't go out. I don't think it's going to be busy. So I'm really hoping it rings. No, it just seems like nobody's around. It's bizarre. For new users, Burger King is doing free delivery on Uber Eats for new users. That's a good promotion. I watched Pete, he was talking about, and he's mentioned this before, and other people have, about a year ago. And I did some research. Those ghost restaurants, there are restaurants. Ooh, hold on. I'm so grateful. A pizza pickup, a couple of towns away, but very close. You had a good Sunday delivering. Well, good for you. I didn't. I was wrong. If it was raining, I would have had a great day. But it wasn't. Not today. I was in the middle of saying something. Oh, the ghost restaurants. That's the future of these food delivery app gig jobs. We're going to watch the transition. I mean, they're already out in California. That I'm sure of. That they have places that just cook takeout and all the third-party apps pick up at. Because, like this taco place right here, it's called Taco Hut. It's a privately owned place, and they're going to start using that chow now. I'm telling you, they have delivery drivers. Oh, they opened up a Subway here. I just noticed that. Wow. I just noticed that. That wasn't there a while ago. That's a great location for a Subway. The pizza place I go to, they have their own in-house drivers. They're not going to want to pay a small business like that that owns a couple of places in Long Island. They're not going to keep wanting to pay out the already thin margins. They're going to use that chow now. You watch. We're going to watch the whole transition change. Pete better stay in the industry because I want to stay on top of the topic. Someone's got to stay on top of it. Kiosk at McDonald's is awful. Less employees means wait times and less than pleasurable customer service. I see that. And they're filthy. That was on the news. They actually found feces all over the screens because people don't know how to cleanse themselves. That was, and I'm not making that up. That was on the news like 6 months ago. There was a segment that they went around testing all the kiosks when you walk in, and there was feces all over them. People not washing their hands. Hey, I went to the gym the other night, and I was already in the stall, and this girl jumped into the stall next to me. She had to go. And then I get out of my stall, and I was washing my hands, and she jumped out, and she didn't wash her hands. She looked at herself, and looked at her body, and went back out in the gym. I always wipe down the equipment before and after I use it. That's a perfect example why I do that. Oh, so happy. I just want a few orders. I'm not even going to get upset. I'm really grateful I went out last night. But now I'm rested. I have all this energy because I slept for like an hour and a half, right in the middle of the day. I don't do that. Not that long. I was like, why not? I work hard. Take it a little easy. But I happen to agree there's going to be places, and he read an article that they're putting like $40 million into it or something like that, something ridiculous. Or $4 billion into the whole. It's going to change. This time next year, third-party apps, half the places I pick up from, they're no longer going to do business with the third-party apps anymore. There's going to be restaurants, but that also creates jobs, good steady income, people who are into it. It's going to be different. That is for sure. It took me almost 20 minutes just to get 2 iced coffees from McDonald's with those kiosks and less employees. The employees seemed stressed out too. I believe that. I believe it. Because now people are ordering at the kiosk where I am anyway, in the area I am. And I'm noticing that the servers behind the counter, they actually take the tray to the table. And a lot of these new Mickey D's, they're serving the food to the customer at the table. They call out the number. The people who order probably order at the counter too. So be careful. Make sure you got a lot of antibacterial wet wipes. So So I'm just happy I got I got this order. Maybe I'll just get a few Uber Eats like I did last night. Stay real close to home. Head back home and have the news on at 11 o'clock. Or Pete. Depends what I'm in the mood for. Very strange weekend. It was nothing that I thought it was going to be. I was so gung-ho to make a minimum of a $300 day today. And I was like, why waste my time? I'm not feeling it. It's too nice. It's too nice out. But tomorrow I will work first half of the day, and I'm going to call it a day. Little money every day helps keep the bills away. It's better than nothing. I'm looking forward to everything getting back on schedule until Thanksgiving weekend, because I want normalcy again. I want to get out on the road at 10 a.m. and be done by 3 and say I made money, you know. That didn't happen the past couple of weeks. When I pull over to the pizza place, you know, everybody I bumped into today, I'll shut off the live stream. Everyone I bumped into today, anyone who started a conversation with me and they started like talking about the industry and saw what I was doing, I handed them a card and showed them the Get Upside app. Hey, you were talking to me first. Check this out. You know, gotta grab opportunity. If I'm out here, I'm pushing it as hard as I can. This is the one down for... It's a Sunday night. I'm going to, the place is right there. I'm going to take my chance. It's big enough, but it's not a real spot. Well, guys, I just wanted to catch up a little bit. Barbie T. That's why I carry hand sanitizer with me all the time. I constantly do this when I overdo it. The wet wipes. I have them in my car here and in my purse. All the time. Constant. My phone, constant. My keys, constant. Because you're out and about so much more than you usually are when you're delivering and you're busy. You're actually on a momentum and you're running all over the place. Put your keys down, you put your phone down. I do it all day long. You know, you have to do it. So that's it for today, guys. If anything crazy happens, I'll go live, but I'm planning on going live the second half of the week. I'm so looking forward to normalcy again. I guess it was just wishful thinking. Hey, Paid to Drive. Hey, Pete. I'll join in tonight. I caught half your show the past few days. Half. Ghost restaurants, absolutely. That's for sure. So, guys, I'll be going live sometime during the week. And, you know, I'm just going to take it day by day. I don't know what to expect. I really thought today was going to be a great day, and it wasn't at all. Whenever you can stop by. So, that's right. I feel like I'm cleaning my hands with Purell after almost every delivery. You have to. Got to be very careful. Okay, I don't mean to cut you short, but I'm here now and I got to get the food. I'm so grateful they rang me. Hopefully I'll get a few more and then go home. So I'll catch you live tonight, Pete. Hopefully I'm still out a little bit making some money. I'll put your show on. Remember, 11 p.m., everybody. Oh, PTD Vlog goes live. That's what goes live. Okay, guys. Have a good one. Gonna go make some money now. I'll see you. Thanks for joining in. Stay clean. If you gotta work, make a lot of money. I'll see you soon. Bye.